Before we get started, templates are used to create the layout for your campaigns. Zones are the areas where content is assigned within each campaign. You can add any type of content to any zone in the design. Let's create a new template and set up the layout zones you'll use for your content. To get started, go to the top menu and click Templates. On the Templates page, you'll see pre-made template options. There are horizontal templates and vertical templates available, and you're welcome to use any of these as a starting point. To use a pre-made template, click Duplicate. This will create a copy of the template that you can rename and edit. For this walkthrough, we're going to create a template from scratch. Go back to the Templates homepage, then click Create New Template. Next, give your template a title. For this example, we'll call it TM Test. You can also place the template into an existing folder or create a new folder. There are currently folders for vertical and horizontal templates, but you can organize these however you'd like. Now choose the size of your template. You can enter a custom width and height or select one of the common sizes listed below. For horizontal templates, the most common size is 1920 by 1080, so that's what we'll use for this example. Once everything is set, click Create. Before we add zones, let's quickly review a few helpful features on this page. On the bottom left, you'll see options to zoom out and zoom in. You can also reset the view back to the normal size. At the top, there are buttons to hide or show the rulers along the sides and to hide or show the grid lines. The grid lines can be helpful when you're trying to line everything up evenly. On the right-hand side, under Template Settings, you can rename your template or adjust the template size. You can also change the background color. You can adjust the color itself as well as the transparency. Keep in mind that if your zones do not fully cover the background color will show on the screen. For example, if there is an empty space in the middle of your template that is not covered by a zone, the background color will appear in that area. You also have the option to use an image as your background. You can drag and drop an image, upload one from your device, or choose from shared content. Once selected, the image can be used as the background, and you can add zones on top of it. If you decide you don't want to use the image, you can remove it and keep the background color instead. If you want multiple colors in your layout, you can add zones and use different colors for each section. Now let's add a zone. Click the Add Zone button at the top. Once the zone is added, you can move it around, drag it into place, and resize it however you'd like. You can also overlap zones if needed. On the right-hand side, under the Zone Settings, you can change the zone color. You can also make the zone an image by selecting content from shared content or by uploading your own image. To upload your own image, click Upload Content, then drag and drop your file or choose it from your device. If you only want the image to appear in a small section of the screen, you can resize the zone manually. You can drag the corners or enter the exact size using the width and height settings. If you only need to move the zone slightly, you can use the position controls to move it one step at a time. You can also rename the zone. For example, you could name it Picture 1. This makes it easier to stay organized, especially if your template has multiple zones. If you don't want the zone to move or be edited by accident, you can lock it. Once it is locked, you won't be able to move it or make changes to it. If you need to make edits later, simply unlock the zone and you'll be able to move it or adjust the settings again. You can also duplicate a zone. This is helpful if you want the same size zone on both sides of the screen, across the bottom, or in another section of the layout. If you move a zone outside the template boundary, it will automatically snap back into the template area. If you no longer need a zone, you can delete it. If you make a change by mistake, you can click Undo. If you want to bring that change back, click Redo. If you want to start over completely, you can click Discard All. This will remove your changes and return the template back to its original state. Now, let's add a few zones to create an example layout. For example, if this template were being used for a cafe, you might have an image on one side, menu content in the main section, and a ticker across the bottom for specials, announcements, or scrolling text. This is where the grid lines can be helpful. You can hide them if you prefer, but keeping them visible can make it easier to line everything up evenly. Continue adding and adjusting zones until the template looks the way you want. Once everything is set, click Save. Your template is now saved. If you go back to the Templates page, you'll see your new template listed there. You can click it at any time to open it, make changes, or use it when you're ready to start building your campaign.